Welcome to Vishesh Educational Videos. In this video, I am explaining minimization case of a simplex method. In the previous video, I explained maximization case, but in this video, I am explaining minimization case of a simplex method. So here my problem is minimize z is equal to 2x1 minus 3x2 plus 6x3. This is my objective function. And I have three constraints. My constraints are 3x1 minus x2 plus 2x3 lesser than or equal to 7, 2x1 plus 4x2 greater than or equal to minus 12, minus 4x1 plus 3x2 plus 8x3 lesser than or is equal to 10. Right? So these are my constraints. Sorry for the handwriting. So x1, x2, x3 greater than or equal to 0. So this is my problem and this is the minimization case. So let me explain the solution. So in a solution, the first thing what you have to do means you have to convert negative value to positive value. You have to convert negative value to positive value by multiplying negative sign. By multiplying the negative sign. You can see here, so for a simplex method, every value should be positive, but here in the second constraint, you can see, right, the value is minus 12. It should not be like that. It should not be like that in the simplex method. So what you have to do, you have to multiply the second constraint with the minus sign, right? You have to multiply this constraint with the minus sign. When you multiply the second constraint with a minus sign, right, along with the minus sign, the equality conditions also changes. Here you can observe one more thing. All the remaining two constraints are lesser than or equal to, but the second condition is what? Constraint is what? Greater than or equal to. But when you multiply with the minus sign along with the minus 12 value, this equality condition also condition also changes to lesser than or equal to, right? So what I have to do now, I have to multiply this second constant with the negative sign, right? When you multiply this, what you will get? For the first constraint will be same, 3x1 minus x2 plus 2x3 lesser than or equal to 7, but in the second constraint you can observe that I multiplied with the minus sign, minus 2x1 minus 4x2 lesser than or equal to 12. You can observe that. So you can observe that. So minus 12 is changed to plus 12, plus 2x1 is changed to minus 2x1, plus 4x2 is changed to minus 4x2, and again the equality condition changed from greater than or equal to 2 lesser than or equal to, right? You can see that. So this is the first step I have to do here, because in simplex method no negative values are allowed. Here I have to convert minus 12 to plus 12. How I did that? By converting negative value to positive value by multiplying the negative sign, right? Now what is the next step? In the next step you have to convert inequality into equality. You can see here, this is inequality, right? All the constraints are lesser than or equal to. All the constraints are what? Lesser than or equal to. But you have to convert that lesser than or equal to equality. How to do that? How to convert that? So in maximization case also I explained, you have to use slack variables. You have to use slack variables. So now see, 3x1 minus x2 plus 2x3 plus s1 is equal to 7. You can observe that lesser than or equal to is changed to equal to 7. Also along with that I added a slack variable s1. In this way you have to change the inequality into equality. In the same way, second constant you can see here, minus 2x1 plus minus 2x1 minus 4x2 plus s2 is equal to 12. Now I added second slack variable. Next, minus 4x1 plus 3x2 plus 8x3 plus s3, that is the third slack variable, is equal to 10. You can see I converted inequality into equality by adding these slack variables. Not only for the constraint I have to add the slack variables, I have to add the slack variables for my objective function also. You can see here for my objective function I added the slack variable. See, z is equal to 2x1 minus 3x2 plus 4x, sorry, minus 3x2 plus 6x3, and I have to add the three slack variables plus 0s1 plus 0s2 plus 0 s3. Why three slack variables? Because three constraints are there here. Getting, guys? So this is the second step. Suppose if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Right? So I added the slack variables for my constraint and the objective function. Now what is the next step? So the next step is I have to construct the initial simplex table. I will show you how to construct the initial simplex table. In maximization case also you constructed, right? So here also in the same way you have to construct it, but with little bit changes. See, so this is my initial simplex table. It looks like this. Here I use CBI. CBI is nothing but a cost of the variable. CJ, I will explain what it is. BV means basic variable, and I have to use ZJ and Cj minus Zj. Along with that, I have to use two columns solution and ratio. Solution and ratio. Now, I will construct the table, right? See here. So, how to construct Cj? So, Cj is very simple. To construct Cj, you have to see the value of the Z. What is the coefficient value of here? So Cj, first I will take up the basic variables, then I will calculate Cj. So what are the basic variables here? So x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3. Getting x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3. So these are the basic variables. So what are those? So you can see x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3. Now what is the Cj? Cj value. So what is the value of this coefficients? You can see the function here. So x1 coefficient is what? 2. x2 coefficient is what? Minus 3. x3 is what? 6. s1 is 0, s2 is 0, s3 is 0. You have to write that coefficient values of this basic variables here. So what are those? 2, 2, minus 3. Right, getting 6 for x3, for s1 0, s2 0, and s3 also 0. Getting, guys? So what is, and what you have to write in this column? So what are the variables you have to write? Here you have to write the slack variables s1, s2, s3. So slack variables are written here s1, s2, s3. This is cost, right? What is the cost of s1, s2, s3? 0. You have to write the initially the cost of this s1, s2, s3 will be 0. Right? Getting, guys? Now, how to write the values that is inside the table? See, very simple. You can see here this constraint coefficients. You can see here 3x1 minus x2 plus 2x3 plus s1 is equal to 7. So first value will construct that. See here for s1 3. What is that? 3 minus 1. x2 is minus 1. You can see that. And next is what? 2. So s1 1, because s1 is there in the first constraint. s2 is 0, s3 is 0. You can see that, very simple. So see, 3. I have written 3. So next minus 1 because minus x2 is there, right? So minus 1. Next, what is that? Plus 2. So I have written plus 2. Next, what is the s1 is there here? That's why 1 s1. So 1. s2 s3 is not there in the first constant. That is why 0 0. In the same way, I will write for s2 and s3 also. See here. So s2, what is that? S2 value. S2 value is minus 2. Here what it is? It should be minus 2. S2 value is minus 2. Next, minus 4. Next, 0. 0. S2 is there here. 1. S3 is not there. 0. In the same way, for S3, what is the value? Minus 4. Getting, guys? So second 3. Next 8. 0. 0. But S3 is there in the third constraint. The value is what? 1. So you can see these values, these coefficient values I have written here. Getting, right? Next, so what is the solution value here? Solution 7. For the first constant, you can see what is the solution value? 7. Second constant 12. Third constant 10. 7, 12, 10. So I have to write the constant value 7. What is the next? Solution value 12. What is the next solution value? What is the next solution value? 10. So 7, 12, 10 is the solution value. Now I filled the inside values of the table also. Now what is the next step? Now we have to find out the value of Zj. It is very simple. See, so there is a formula to calculate the Zj, but in simple way I will explain how to calculate the value of Zj. So initially the Zj value of all the coefficient is 0 only. See, observe this properly. 0 into 3. 0 into 3 is what? 0 into 3 is 0 only. Plus 0 into minus 2. See, observe properly. 0 only. Next, 0 into minus 4. 0 only. So what is the first value? 0. Next, see, 0 into minus 1. 0. 0 into minus 4. 0. 0 into 3. 0. So what is the value of Zj here? 0. So in the same way, for all the columns, the value of Zj will be 0 only. Getting, guys? So Zj values are 0 initially for initial simplex table. Now Cj minus Zj, 2 minus 0. 2 minus 0 is what? 2. Minus 3. The value will be same here. 6. 0. 0. 0. Now see, you can see here Cj minus Zj value is what? 2 minus 3, 6, 0, 0, 0. Getting, guys? Getting? Now here, after calculating the Cj minus Zj value, you should check for the optimality condition. So what is that optimality condition? So optimality condition is, for minimization problem, all the values of Cj minus Zj should be greater than or equal to 0. What is that? So this is minimization. Sorry, this is minimization, right? So minimization problem. For minimization problem, what is the optimality condition? Cj minus Zj greater than or equal to 0. Now we have to test that Cj minus Zj is greater than or equal to 0. See, So it should be greater than or equal to 0. You can see here all the values 0 0 0 only. It is 6 is also greater than 0, 2 is also greater than 0, but you can see here -3. So this is a negative value. Now I can't stop here. Optimality is not reached. I have to proceed further. I have to proceed further. Now, how to proceed further? See, how to proceed further means here you have to find out the key column value, key row values, and key element values. How to do that? So for doing that, what you have to do means first you have to find out the key column value. So to find out the key column value, you have to select the most negative value here. So most negative here, the two cases are different cases. First I will explain. When you get the here only one negative value is there, right guys? So that's why this will be the key column. So which is the key column? So this will be the key column. So this will be your key column. But here why it is key column means you can see there I have to select -3 because most negative value. Most negative value. Here you can see there only one negative value is there. How many negative values are there? Only -3 is there. Obviously it is very simple for me to select the value. Suppose suppose I have two values. For example, I have two values -2, -7. Assume like that. Then which is the most negative value? You have to select this -7 because this is the most negative value. But here in this case only one negative value is there, -3. That's why it is easy for me to select the key column. Now on next case you have for example -3, -3. So then what you have to do? Here two negative values are there and all the both the negative values are equal, right? Then you have to select any one of the value randomly. You have to select this one or this one. So any one of the value randomly you have to select. Getting guys? Randomly you have to select. Here in this case for me it is easy because only one negative value is there. So one most negative value is -3 only. So this is my key column. Now how to find out the key ratio? So for finding out the key row, how to find out the key row here? To find out the key row I have to find out the ratio. How to find out the ratio here? See, to find out the ratio you have to divide the solution element with the particular key column values. That is, see, 7 divided by -1. What is that? 7 divided by -1. 7 divided by -1. So what is the value here? What is the value of ratio? -7. Now next in the same way 12 divided by -4. 12 divided by -4. So what is the ratio value here? The ratio value is -3. So what is the next here? 10 by 3. Next, see, solution value is 10 and this is 3 key element value. So 10 by key column value. So 10 by 3 ratio will be 10 by 3 only. Now listen carefully. To find out the key column value I have to select most negative value, but to select the ratio here, how to select the ratio here means you have to select least positive value. Remember what is that? Least positive value. But here for my case I have to select 10 by 3. Why? Here only this is the positive value. -7 is also negative, -3 also negative. That's why for me it's easy to select 10 by 3. But suppose two positive numbers are there, then what number you have to select means while selecting the ratio you have to select least positive value of the ratio. That means, for example, for a ratio we have 3 and 5. So which one you will select? 3 you will select. Getting, guys? Right? Any doubts? If you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. So here in this case, for me it is simple. So the only one positive value is there, 10 by 3. So this is my key row. So now this is my key row. Sorry. So this is my key row. So I have to select the key row. See, I will select the key row here. So this is my key row. Getting, guys? So this is my key column. This is my key row. Now what is my key element? You can see this intersection point. So this is my key element. So what is my key element here? My key element will be 3. My key element will be 3. The intersection point you have to choose, so that my key element is what? 3 here. Getting, guys? Now you found out the key column, key row, and the key element 3. Getting, guys? So if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Right? Now you can see here, once you find out the key column value, key row value, key element, you have to start with the second iteration. Right? So I will start with the second iteration, sorry, first iteration. That was the initial table. Now I have to start the iteration 1. To here you can see one more important thing. Here x2 is the entering variable, s3 is the leaving variable. Why it is like that? You can see here. So key row, I find out the key row in s3. That's why s3 will leave here. So where I find out the key column? x2. That's why x2 is the entering variable, s3 is the leaving variable. Slack variable is a temporary variable. It has to be removed. That's why I am removing it, s3. Because I found out the key row here, s3 is removed. Instead of x3, x2 will enter. So x2 will enter. Now I have to consider x2 as the new value in the table in the first iteration. See, I will write the values for the first iteration. See, so cj value will remain same here. That is 2 minus 3 6 000, right? So bv value is obviously this also remains the same, x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3. But here I told you what are the variables you have to include now means. So first I will include x2 here, because x2 is the entering variable. So s1, right? So now what is the other variables? So which is the variable that is leaving? s3 leaving, right? So that's why I have to consider s1 and s2. So s1 and s2. So my new variable is here x2. So what is the cost? So don't forget to write the cost. What is the cost of s1? 0. What is the cost of x2? 0. But what is the cost of x2? Minus 3. You can see the cost of x2 is what? Minus 3. Now now you have to find out the new values for this particular coefficients, right? So now what I will do means, first I will calculate the new values for x2. This is the new variable, right? New variable that enter the table. First I will calculate the value for x2, then remaining values will be calculated for s1 and s2. To calculate the s1 and s2, there is a formula. for calculating the S2, it is a very simple procedure we have to follow. How to calculate the X2 value means it's very simple. See, so see here. So what is the old value here? Because why I am considering old values of F3 means instead of S3, what is the variable that entered? X2. That's why. So here, what is the variable here? Minus. What is the value here? -4. You have to divide all the values of S3 with the key element. What is the key element? 3. Getting, guys? You have to divide all the values of S3 because S3 instead of S3 X2 is entering. That's why you have to divide all the values of S3 with the key element. What is that? 3. So first what I will do means first I will have to divide -4 by 3. So what is the new value now? So here the new value is what? -4 by 3. Getting, guys? So new value is -4 by 3. What I did here, you can see here, very simple. First element I took, I divided this first element with the key element, that is 3 only. So next, what is the next element? Next element is 3. Key element is also same, 3 by 3. Key element is also same. So now what is the value? 1, because 3 by 3 same. So in the same way, what is the next value? 8 by 3, 0 by 3, 0 by 3, 1 by 3, like that. So I will write it 8 by 3. So what is the next value? 8 by 3. So what is the next value? 8 by 3. So 0 by 3 is what? 0 only. Here also 0 by 3 is 0 only. Now what is the value of last value? That is 1 by 3. Getting, guys? So how I did that? I divided all the elements with the key element. So -4 by 3, 1, 8 by 3, 0 by 3, 0, 0 by 3, 0, 1 by 3. So these are the new values for X2. These are the new values for X2. In the same way, right? What is the solution value? Solution is what here? 10. So 10 by 3. So solution value will become 10 by 3. Solution value will become 10 by 3. Getting, guys? Any doubts? Please post your doubts in the comment section. So in this way I find out the new values for X2. But for finding out the new values for S1 and S2, there is a formula here. See, so for finding out the new values, new row values for S1 and S2, right? For S1 and S2, I have to apply the formula. What is that formula? See, old value minus corresponding key column value into corresponding new value, right? So it is very simple. Don't get confused. What is the formula? Old value minus corresponding key column value into corresponding new value. Now we will calculate this. See, for the S1 I will show you. So for the S1 I will calculate this. What is the old value for S1 here? 3. See. What is the old value for the first element? First element of S1. What is the old value for the first element of S1? 3. So first I will take up 3. Very simple, guys. Minus corresponding key column value. See, key column value is what? This is the key column, right? Here for this element, what is the key column value? See, this is the key column value, -1. For every other elements, the key column value will remain the same. Only it will change for S2, right? So what is the key column value? -1. So I will take up, so I will take up 3 minus, right? 3 minus -1. This is the corresponding key column value into what is the new value or corresponding new value? So new value is nothing but, see, New value is the value that I found out now itself. See, new value, what are the new values I found out here? That these are the values of x2 new values will be there, right? So these new values you have to use for the elements. So here I'm calculating for the first element, right? So what is the new value here? Minus 4 by 3 is the new value. So I will take up minus 4 by 3. Getting, guys? Don't get confused. Right, now I will calculate this. So 3 minus 4 by 3, right? 3 minus 4 by 3, 3 minus 4 by 3. I can write LCM. If you take LCM, 9 minus 4 by 3, so obviously it will be 5 by 3. So this is my new value of the first element of S1. So I can write 5 by 3 here. So see, I can write 5 by 3 here. Getting, guys? In the same way, I will find out the second element value using the same formula, right? See, so what is the old value? Old value, see here, old value minus 1. What is the old value? Old value of the second element minus 1. See, right? So see here, so minus 1, old value minus 1 into corresponding key column value. I told you the corresponding key column value will be same, because see, key column value is same here, minus 1. So I will substitute that, right? So see here, right? So minus 1. So key column value will remain the same for all the values. So minus 1. What is the new value? Corresponding new value for the second element. See, 18 by 3 is the new value for the second element. So I will substitute. Sorry, it is not 18. Sorry for that. So what is the second value? 1 here. So minus 4 by 3, 1, 8 by 3, 0, 0, 1 by 3, 10 by 3. So what is the second value? 1 here. So I will substitute 1. Getting, guys? So what is the value you will get? Minus 1 plus 1, you will minus 1 plus 1. So it will be 0. So now what is the new value for S2 here? 0. So I will repeat this. So once again, see here, old value, the formula for finding out the new row values for S1 and S2 is old value minus corresponding column value into corresponding new value. So old value for this S1 is what? 3 here. So I written so I written 3 here. So corresponding key column value, so key column value you can see here, this is the key column. So for this particular element 3, what is the key column value? Minus 1, and this key column value will remain same for all these elements. So minus 1 into corresponding new value. New value means just I found out the new values for x2, right? Those values we have to consider. So this is the first element you have to consider here, because we are finding out the new value for the first element, right? So what is the new value for first element? Minus 4 by 3. So here minus 4 by 3. So what is the value I got? 5 by 3. That's why I've written 5 by 3 here. Now in the same way, next value you can see here, old value. So old value you can see here, what is the old value here? Minus 1. This is the second element, so that's why. So you can see minus 1 old value minus. So here this is also minus, right? Minus corresponding key column value. I told you it will be same. So the corresponding key column value is -1 for all the elements. So corresponding key column value, what? Corresponding key column value -1 only, into corresponding new value. I told you the new values that I found out for x2s. See, for x2 I found out the new values, but I am finding out the new value for the second element. What is the second element value here? 1. Don't get confused here. -4 by 3, 1, 8 by 3, 0, 0, 1 by 3. So 1 is the new value. So I substituted 1. So -1 into +1, 0. So I have written 0 for the x2. Getting, guys? In the same way, I can write directly. I will write the values here. So 14 by 3. So directly I will write the values. So you can calculate that, right? 14 by 3, 1, 0, 1 by 3. So solution value will be 31 by 3. You can find out, very simple. Getting, guys? So I find out the new values for S1. In the same way, I have to find out the new values for S2 using the same formula. So I will show you that. See, for S2, see, what is the new value? Sorry, old value -2. What is the old value for S2? -2. So I will take up the value -2. So this is for S2. Uh, this is for S2 I am calculating. So -2. Getting, guys? Sorry for the handwriting. So into old value is -2 minus corresponding key column value. What is the corresponding key column for you? Key column value for S2. See, -4. So this value -4 will be used for all the other values. So here the key column value for S2 is what? -4. So I will substitute -4, right? Minus into -4. Next, what is the corresponding new value? I already told you new value, you have to take the values you find out, right? So new value here is a -4 by 3. See, new value, you have to consider these values only. So what is the first value? -4 by 3. For previous case also I consider this value only. For this case also you have to consider this value only, -4 by 3. See, into -4 by 3. Getting, guys? Into -4 by 3. So now if you calculate this, what you will get? -2, -16, -2, -16, right? Divided by 3. So if you take the LCM, that will be -6, -6, -16 divided by 3, right? I can write this as -22 by 3, -22 by 3. So what is the new value for S2 here? So first new value is -22 by 3. So -22 by 3. Getting, guys? So directly you write the other values. 0, 32 by 3, right? 0, 1, 4 by 3, 0, 1, 4 by 3. So what is the solution? Solution will be 76 by 3. What is the solution? 76 by 3. You can calculate that. Okay, guys? So if you get confused, no, see, here value 1 1, right? 0 1 4 by 3, 76 by 3. Now I found out the new values for s1, s2 and x2. What is the, now I have to calculate zj. How to calculate zj? 0 into 5 by 3, 0 into 5 by 3. See, 0 into 5 by 3 plus 0 into minus 22 by 3 plus minus 3 into minus 4 by 3. I will repeat, 0 into 5 by 3 plus 0 into minus 22 by 3 plus minus 3 into minus 4 by 3. So what is the value you are going to get? Means 4, right? You are going to get the value 4 here, zj value. You can calculate that. Okay, next values I will write directly. Minus 3, minus 8, 0, 0, minus 1. Getting, guys? 0 0 minus 1. Now what is the value of cj minus zj here? Minus 2 minus 4, obviously minus 2. Right? Now 0, 14, 0, 0, 1. Getting, guys? Right? Now how to find out the key column value and key row value here? So key column value, to find out the key column value, what I told, you have to select, right, the most negative value. So here only one negative value is there, right? That is minus 2. That's why this will be your key column. Right? Now how to find out the key row? So to find out the key row, I have to find out the ratio. See, ratio, how to find out the ratio means you have to divide, right, by the ratio I will find here. 31 by 3 divided by 5 by 3. 31 by 3 divided by 5 by 3. I can write this as 31 by 3 into 3 by 5. 31 by 3 into 3 by 5. So 3 gets cancelled. So what will you will get the ratio? 3 by 5. 3 by 5. In the same way, we'll write the values. First is, second ratio is minus 5 by 2. Second ratio is what? Minus 5 by 2. You can calculate that. I'm writing directly. So here, what is the third? Minus 38 by 11. Minus 38 by 11. But so to calculate the key row, what is the condition? You have to select the positive value, least positive value. Here minus 5 by 2 and minus 38 by 11. These are negative values only. So only one positive value is there. That's why this is my key row. Right? So what is the intersection key element? 5 by 3 is the key element. What is the key element? So 5 by 3 is the key element. So this is my key element. So 5 by 3 is the key element. Sorry for the handwriting, guys. So 5 by 3 is the key element. Getting, guys? So this is my key element. So my key element is what? 5 by 3. Now, so which is the variable leaving here. S1 is leaving, X1 is entering, because see, I found out the key element in S1, right? That's why S1 is leaving, X1 is entering. Getting, guys? So which is the variable that is leaving here? So S1 leaving, X1 entering. S1 leaving and the X1 entering. So S1 is leaving and X1 is entering. Getting, guys? So S1 is leaving, X1 is entering. So now I will start the second iteration, right? So now one more important thing here, you can't stop here. Why I move to second iteration? See, one value is what here? Negative. So what is the minimize optimality condition? Value should be for minimality. What is the value? Greater than or equal to 0. But here you can see minus 2 is there in the Cj minus Zj. That's why I have to continue the problem for the next iteration. I can't stop here. One of the value is negative. That's why I move to the second iteration. Getting, guys? So now I will write the Cj values. So same, the Cj value will be same, right? So 2 minus 3 6 0 0 0. So this variables also same, x1 x2 x3 s1, sorry for the handwriting, guys, s3. Now so what are the variables? What I have to write? X1 x2 and x2. X1, because x1 is entering here, you know that. X1 s2 x2. Getting, guys? Cost. What is the cost of x1? 2. S2 is what? 0. What is the cost of x2? Minus 3. What is the cost? Minus 3. So getting, guys? Cost is minus 3. Right? Next. So now I have to write the values here for x1. So see, I will write the value. How I have to calculate the value for x1 here? So x1, where we got the key element here. So what is the old value for s1? We have to consider the old values for s1. So 5 by 3 is the value. Old value is what? 5 by 3. So guys, directly I will write the values, because you know that how to calculate the values now, right? Directly I will write the values. 5 by 3, sorry, for x1. Now 1 0 14 by 5. So 14 by 5, 3 by 5, 14 by 5, 3 by 5, 0, 1 by 5, 1 by 5. So 1 0 14 by 5, 3 by 5, 0, 1 by 5. Sorry for the handwriting. Solution will be 31 by 5. So solution will be 31 by 5, right? So s2 0 0 0 0 156 by 5. Calculate, guys. You'll get the values, right? So now you know how to calculate the values. 156 by 5, 22 by 5. Next 1, and next 14 by 5. So now what is the value here? Solution value is 354, guys. 354 divided by 5. Calculate, guys, please calculate the values. So x2 now 0, 1, 32 by 5, 0, 1, 32 by 5, 4 by 5, sorry for the handwriting, 0. When I tell the values, please concentrate because handwriting is not that great. So 4 by 5, 0, 3 by 5. So solution value will be 58 by 5. So I repeat the values, guys. X1 value 1, 0, 14 by 5, 3 by 5, 0, 1 by 5, 31 by 5. For S2, 0, 0, 156 by 5, 22 by 5, 1, 14 by 5. So if for S2, for X2, 0, 1, 32 by 5, 4 by 5, 0, 3 by 5, and the solution value is 31 by 5, 354 by 5, 58 by 5, right? Now ZJ values. So what are the ZJ values? So ZJ values, you know that, right? See, I will repeat one more time. 2 into 1 plus 0 into 0 minus 3 into 0. Like that. 2 into 0, 0 into 0 minus 3 into 1. Like that. 2 into 14 by 5 plus 0 into 156 by 5 minus 3 into 32 by 5. Like that. 2 into 3 by 5 plus 0 into 22 by 5 minus 3 into 4 by 5. Like that. 2 into 0, 0 into 1 minus 3 into 0. 2 into 1 by 5, 0 into 14 by 5, and minus 3 into 3 by 5. Like that you have to calculate the value of Zj. So directly I will write this. 2 minus 3, what is that? 2 minus 3 minus 68 by 5, minus 68 by 5. Now minus 6 by 5. Directly I am writing. You please calculate. 0 minus 7 by 5. Directly I am writing. You should calculate it. Minus 7 by 5, and the solution minus 112 by 5. Getting? So now Cj minus Zj I will calculate. So 2 minus 2 obviously 0. Now minus 3 minus obviously 0. Now so 98 by 5. So when you minus 6 with minus 68 by 5, if you take the LCM, so you will get the value 98 by 5, 6 by 5, next 0, 7 by 5. Now you can see here the values, all the values are either 0 or greater than 0. You can see 0, 0, 98 by 5, 6 by 5, 0, 7 by 5. All the values are what? Here equal to 0 or greater than 0. So this is the condition for minimization problem. So now I reached the optimal solution here. So to what point I reached the optimal solution? That is minus 112 by 5. Here this is my optimal solution. Minus 112 by 5 is my optimal solution. So what is the values? So you can see where I find the value solution means x1 is equal to 31 by 5, x2 is equal to 58 by 5. Don't consider s2 because it is a temporary variable. So what are the points? What are the values here? X1 is equal to 31 by 5. So next x2 is equal to 58 by 5. And what is the solution? Z is equal to z min, minimization. Z min is equal to minus 112 by 5. Getting, guys, you can see minus 112 by 5. You got the optimal solution. You please calculate these values directly. I will written that, right? You calculate that, right? So now you can cross check this. How to cross check this? You have to substitute these values for your objective function. Here x3 you can consider 0 because x3 was not there. So x3 you can consider 0 because instead of x3 s2 was there, right? So you can see s2 was there. So instead of that x3 you can consider it 0. Once you substitute in the objective function, so what is my objective function here? Z is equal to 2x1 minus 3x2 right, plus 6x3. So you have to substitute. When you substitute the value, what is the answer you should get? You should get minus 112 by 5. Now I will substitute the values here. Minus 2 into 31 by 5, because you know that the value of x1 is 31 by 5, minus 3 into x2 is what? Minus 3 into 58 by 5. You can cross check like this. Once you find out the solution, you can cross check like this whether it is a correct or not. So plus 6 is what? 0. So obviously x3 is 0. 6 into 0. So now that will be 0 only. Here 31, I can write this as 62 by 5 and minus 174 by 5. Calculate, guys, you will get it. Minus 174 by 5 plus 6 into 0 is 0. Sorry, 6 into 0 is what? 0, right? 6 into 0 is 0 only. Now if you calculate this, you will get the value as, so LCM will take, right? So minus 1112 by 5. You can see here. So what was my optimal solution value? Where I got the optimal solution value? Minus 1112 by 5. Here once I substitute these values of x1 and x2 in the objective function, I got the value 112 by 5. That means your solution is correct. So right, guys, so hope you understood the concept. Sorry for the handwriting. So if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Thank you for watching the video.